Welcome back to Ask Allison. Here is today's question. I'm so nervous about recording videos for my practice. I want to connect with my audience, but every time I try, I feel awkward and unnatural on camera. How do you get comfortable with recording videos, and what advice do you have for therapists who are struggling to show up authentically on video? So first, I want to thank TherapyNotes for sponsoring Ask Allison. I've talked about them for years, and you know their features by heart if you've listened to this for a while, but here's what truly sets them apart. First, they genuinely care about your experience. It is not just about troubleshooting. They actively implement user-suggested features like therapy search, secure messaging, clinical outcome tracking, real-time insurance checks, and a smooth super bill process. Everyone at TherapyNotes believes in the product and wants you to love it too. Plus, they're independently owned, which means no venture capital and no pressure to prioritize investors over customers. This independence allows them to keep prices fair, focus on innovation, and prioritize customer experience. With over 100,000 therapists already on board, they've proven that you don't have to compromise success for quality. If you're ready to see for yourself, try Therapy Notes free for 2 months with code ABUNDANT at therapynotes.com. Hi, I'm Allison, in case you don't know me, and we are going to talk about getting on video without feeling super weird. So when I first started, I was really, really terrible on camera. My scripts were solid and the content was good. And I even borrowed fancy lighting and equipment. But as soon as I hit record, I got nervous and I could see myself like swallowing a lot. I was sweating and I was just being boring. So I re-recorded over and over and nothing worked. And then I had this idea. I invited a few therapists into my office and recorded myself teaching them the same material that I was trying to teach to my camera. And suddenly I was animated, I was energized, and I was totally myself. So here's the lesson with that. Talking to an actual person makes a huge difference. If at first recording feels really stiff or awkward, try asking a friend or a loved one to sit behind the camera. It's going to feel more natural, like you're having a real conversation, and that green light with that camera is not going to feel quite as intimidating. Next, I want you to amp it up. Something that I have learned is that video tends to flatten your energy. If you want to show up as your natural, energetic self, you need to bring just a little bit extra for it to show up on camera. So for me, that means amping my energy up about 10%. It's not about being fake. It's about ensuring that my normal animation and enthusiasm translate to the camera. And on days when I'm feeling tired or it's early in the morning, and yes, I have recorded plenty of videos with pillow marks still on my face, I bring even more than 10% energy to help balance it out. The third is practice makes comfortable. Practice is the thing that's going to make the biggest difference in you being comfortable on camera. Here's what worked for me that I recommend to all of my students. I want you to spend just 2 minutes a day recording a video on your phone. It doesn't matter what it's about, just pick a topic and talk. Bonus points if it's clinically relevant, but I would rather you just like come up with a thing, talk about your day. I don't care, just to get the practice. Then I want you to watch it. It is so uncomfortable at first. That's the worst part. You don't have to share these videos anywhere. They're just for you. If it's clinically relevant and you're like, okay, I did a pretty good job, maybe you end up using it somewhere. But if you're just talking about how much you love your dog or, the car accident you almost got into on your way to work today, then it's really just the practice of speaking to a camera and then watching yourself and getting over all the insecurity that comes up with that. Next, you do not need to be a professional actor or news anchor to make a good video. What matters is really connecting with your audience. Whether you're recording for social media or your website or a course, just focus on being yourself. I know I sound like your mom, but your people that follow you don't need perfection. They need authenticity. And we feel like we have to be perfect when we're on camera sometimes, but that's actually going to push more people away than bring people in. So getting comfortable on camera, it's a skill. And like any skill, it's going to get better with practice. Talk to a friend behind the camera, bring a little extra energy. Don't be afraid to watch and learn from your early attempts. Expect them to be awkward. Please expect them to be awkward. That way you're not going to beat yourself up as much. Video is a really great strategy to help build your practice, and it is definitely not going to build itself on its own. Today's free worksheet includes some other popular strategies to consider if you are building your practice. DM me the word sheets to get this week's worksheet on popular ways to market your practice. And you'll also be able to access all the previous ones in the series. You've got this. I'm here for you. I'll see you next time on Ask Allison. And if you want a deeper dive on everything video, we have an entire module in our marketing course in the Abundance Party. It's going to walk you through step by step how to get really good on camera, because I think it's a big part of the future of building a practice. If you would like to check that out, then send me a DM with the word party. All right, take care.